Hey guys, it's Sadie talking to you about my friends over at Polar Bear Plumbing, Heating, and Air. They are the triple threat. Listen to this: family owned and operated, locally owned and operated, veteran owned and operated. They truly know what they are doing, and they're going to make your home more efficient. Now, what does that mean? That means you're going to save money in the long run because you're not running your system so hard. And I know we're kind of we're in like a grace period where it's not too hot right now. It's not too cold. Do not wait until it is scorching hot to have your AC break down because you didn't get it checked out. They'll come to your home and they'll do a complete system checkup. They'll change the filters. They'll make sure everything is clean, put together perfectly so it runs like a top. You can get an instant quote. And while you're on their website, polarbearpha.com, you can go and check out their 5-star reviews. They've got so many 5-star reviews. I'm incredibly jealous. At Polar Bear Plumbing, Heating, and Air, they make sure your home is running efficiently and you can get an instant quote. Again, go onto their website, polarbearpha.com, and give my friends a call anytime you have an issue with plumbing, heating, and air. It's Polar Bear Plumbing, Heating, and Air, a proud sponsor of the Sadie and Friends podcast.
I'm going to say the thing you're not supposed to say.
Let's talk about marriage.
They have like a 2-second rebound rate and you're back doing the next pain in the ass thing.
Parenting. Oh my gosh.
They have sucked the pretty right out of me. They treat me like it, and I do their laundry. Lucky me.
Sex.
I'm caught between two evils. I generally like to take the one I never tried.
Scary stuff like ghosts. I know it's totally out of left field, but just go with me on this.
Boo, you whore.
Love.
I give you what you need. That's all. I'm talking about taking care of each other the best you can. What's wrong with taking care of a woman? She takes care of you.
Friendships.
We get our necklace says best friends forever.
Actually, we want it to say forever. I don't think you guys will be best friends forever, no offense. But sometimes you grow apart, and maybe she'll find a new best friend. They end up doing everything together.
Hi, everybody, and thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Sadie and Friends. And tonight, well, this will post in the morning.
But we're recording tonight.
We're recording it the night before. And I said, oh my God, I'm so tired. Just so people know, it's 9:47 and I'm never up this late. And as you were out, I was starting to kind of fall asleep in my chair, waiting for you to come in.
I was doing a lot of stuff because it is spring break and we have 10 people staying in our house for spring break.
Literally 10.
10 people from 7 months to 62 years, 63. I think my mom will hurt me if I don't give her the other year there.
Isn't that weird to say the age out loud of your parents?
Yeah. Super weird.
I was at my parents the other day. We were talking and my mom's like, let's be honest. We're going to be 80 soon. And I'm like, oh my God. What? No. I mean, I found this picture of my mom and dad from like when my sister Heidi was, a little baby. And now Heidi is like, 46? It's actually about her birthday. But my mom and dad were younger than us in this picture.
Excuse me?
And I wanted to cry just a little bit.
But your dad had no hair then either.
It's true. And he comes from redheaded people. So imagine my dad, close your eyes. Unless you're driving, and imagine my dad being bald and the only thing in his cul-de-sac was red hair at one time.
What the
And he would sport like a beard, like a full red beard.
In the 70s, everyone had to have long hair and beard.
It was just incredibly troubling is what I'm saying. Sure. So anyway, to make a short story long, I said, oh my God, I'm so tired. And Ryan said, don't worry, I've got 3 topics I'd like to touch down with you. So I'm going to sit back and let you riff a little bit.
Spring break. Is it better to host and everybody go to a house and like family gather? Or is it better to go somewhere and all get a hotel?
I would say the house.
House is pretty good.
House is good. And I like it to be at my house because then I can go get in my bed what I want to.
Do you?
I do. I love it. You
had a little moment today because it's mostly your in-laws, my family, right? Mm-hmm. Your family, which I like when you say, our family and whatnot. But we typically have about 3 people living in our house at any given time, not 10. And you had a moment today where I could see you getting a little anxiety and just a little overwhelmed because things are out of place. Our house is messy right now. Our house is probably the messiest ever been right now.
No. I'm not upset about that.
No, not upset, but just like, Oh God, there's 10 people here.
My
Take a
anxiety is like bad if it's, Tuesday at 10, 12 a.m. Like there's
that's
no
true.
rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah.
I will say that your family, in all honesty, is somebody texted me and was like, how's it going? And I'm like, it's going so good. Your family is so low maintenance. I don't know where you came from because your
Excuse
mom
me?
has been reading a book since she got here. She just sits and reads on the couch.
However, have you seen that when we all get together, it is competition city?
Yeah, it's really weird because there's no competition in my family. Everyone already knows I'm the shit. Just kidding.
But how many athletic activities have we been doing in the 2.5 days that they've already been here?
Yeah,
It
I
is
mean,
on. And you are great. You come and
here it comes.
No,
Here it comes.
you come hang out a little bit and watch. Participating is not your thing, but everybody else is like, hey, there's some pickleball courts up there. Let's rock. Who's going to win? And it's like full on like yelling at each other.
Like Ryan comes from family where they are of excellence in sports. They really, every one of them is like good at something. And I am.
Or you can say it multiple things. We're good at multiple things.
Multiple things. So humble, Ryan.
I know.
So incredibly humble.
Oh, don't worry. My niece and I, who's 13, were arguing about who's gold medal versus silver medal in the family tonight.
That's all we've done for the past few days. And that's all we will do for the next few days is I will sit and watch as he and his family fight to the death to win things like pickleball, board games,
Yes,
basketball,
absolutely.
softball,
Cards.
cards.
Oh, you don't even know. You're in for some
and I'm
spades.
just
We're
like,
playing
hey,
spades when we go on a little trip here with the family.
yeah, I would have to say having family at our home. Now, if it was reversed, and this is a family issue that we all have,
You can't stay at someone else's house.
I do not. It makes me so uncomfortable and I don't know why. But again, this is my whole family, my aunts, my uncles. Everyone gets a hotel when they come out to where your family is very
Communal.
communal. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the perfect word. Your family is incredibly communal. And so it's easy for you guys.
I
Where
love it,
our
though.
family's like, my family is like, okay, it's dark out. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
No, when we are in the same area and we stay at a hotel, I don't like it. I like the late night talks with them. I like the
Right.
hanging out and waking up. And
So you're saying it's because of me? We have
Yeah,
to
1,000% it is. Yes.
Oh crap! I'm
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Second topic.
Second topic.
Yeah. I mean, you've only filled 6 minutes and
Well, you're just
40
moving on to
seconds.
the second topic.
Okay.
Did you see what is coming back to television?
Am I going to be excited or is it going to be a shitty
I'm
remake?
excited.
Really? What
Yeah.
is it?
Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah. Were they able to sign
Season
Jason
4.
Sudeikis?
They're writing it right now. Season 4.
Now this is where you're running up against a dangerous game. If they're writing it as it's going to be made, then you're getting into not Lord of the Rings. What's that show? It's kind of like Lord of the Rings, kind
Nope.
of. Yeah,
The
where there's
Hobbit?
snow ghosts or something.
Oh, Snow Ghosts. The White Walkers, Game of Thrones.
You haven't watched Game of Thrones, right?
Yes.
Sure.
With the snow ghosts. Anyway,
Yeah.
that show was, somebody asked me the other day, I think it was Scott, was saying that he had never seen that movie.
Every season's worth a watch until the last one.
Yeah. And that's what sucks is you dedicate so much, which I have to tell you, I have given up after a full season of binge watching. I gave it a season. They've done a study and it says that in order to get hooked on a show, how many episodes do you have to watch?
3,
Nope.
6.
Yes. Wow, that
Hey.
was a weird jump. I was like, I'm going to keep him on the leash for a while. And then you jumped right out. Yeah, they say it takes 6 times watching a show, 6 episodes to see if you're either sucked in or not. If you are not sucked in by episode 6, they say you got to toss it.
Yeah. I get that. But you watched a full 7. You're going to talk about Severances, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you're off the Severance train.
Yeah.
Okay, which is understandable. But bypassing Severance, I'm excited for Ted Lasso season 4. Although season 3 had a couple of good moments, but it was probably the least ranked season. But I'm just excited to be in the universe again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you ever get that? Is there anything where you're like, oh, that's nice. I like this universe. I like seeing these characters. It's
Ooh,
like pizza
that's
that's like not great pizza. That last season, you know what? That was
That was
know,
okay pizza.
okay pizza. It wasn't like the first season where like, this is the best pizza I've ever had.
Trying to think
But
if
I'm
there's
still like, oh my God, this is great. I want to see I want to see Roy Kent. I want to see the owner. Go ahead.
Which, not to jump in on you, but the guy, Roy Kent,
Yeah.
the guy who plays him,
Yeah.
is it Brett Goldstein?
I think so. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He came to the Buell in Denver. And so we were like, let's go. Ryan loves Ted Lasso. We went with a group of friends. He's not funny at stand-up comedy, I thought.
Well, he's a writer.
Well, what's crazy about it is on the show, if you've never watched the show Ted Lasso on the show.
First of all, what are you doing?
What
If
do
you
you mean,
haven't
what am I
watched
doing?
Ted Lasso, what are you doing?
Oh yeah. Ryan loves Ted Lasso. Is Ted Lasso better than West Wing
No, West Wing's the best show of all time.
till the end of days?
West Wing ended 20 years ago, and I will still once a year like find myself watching a season or two, binging in and out of it.
I think that you have binged it so much in the years we've been together
Yeah.
that I have also seen every
You know
episode.
characters. Yeah.
I
yeah,
do. I know a lot
absolutely.
of people.
Yeah. But no, it's not West Wing. West Wing's the best show of all time. But Ted Lasso, oh, come on.
Not to be mistaken, West Wing with Westworld,
Yeah.
which was such a garbage can. But I thought that movie had such potential, didn't you? And then,
Westworld?
yeah, Westworld.
Westworld, to me, we've talked about 14 shows. So wait,
I know. I'm so sorry. I love
Yeah.
TV.
But Westworld, I think Westworld was one of those series where they had like a good idea for a concept in one season. And then like, yes, we got this season. And they're like, but what now? What do we do now? I don't know what to do now. What do you want to do now?
Mhm.
Right? Like, do you remember, not to throw in another TV show, but like back in the day, do you remember the show Heroes?
Yes.
Heroes was that way where the first season was like, I need to see what the is going on with this. And then I think it was just like, oh, superhero concept for regular people. And I don't know what else to do. I think that happened to that show, like Westworld. But Ted Lasso, I think, was awesome. It was a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah. And easy to understand because as embarrassing as it is, I
Yeah.
always try to be fully honest, but I didn't understand Westworld. I really didn't
we're back to
understand
Westworld.
so much of it that I was like, what?
Sure.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a hard one to follow.
It's a really hard show to follow. So again, I gave it a season and then I had to kick it to the curb.
Let's just keep bouncing around the room with TV and movies.
Let's do it.
What's harder to follow, Westworld or the movie Inception?
Westworld.
You think?
Because I think I have a pretty good pulse on Inception.
I don't know. Every time Inception's on, you're
The
like,
movie?
yeah, you ask me like 4 questions. They're like, hold on. Whose dream are they in? What's going on?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I'm too dumb for both of them.
Not too dumb, but it's just, you get lost in them. But anyways, Ted Lasso's back. Sudeikis was on the Kelsey show.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard it, but apparently he let out that they're writing it right now.
What do you think's going on with this whole, speaking of the Kelsey
We are
brothers?
it is late night because we are bouncing around.
Oh, I'm sorry. Lately, I have been doing that a lot, just
Yeah,
bouncing around.
sure.
But
Kelsey brothers. What's up?
yeah,
With that?
so I'm trying to think of how far deep into the well I need to go. So you mentioned the Kelsey brothers, which one of them is Travis Kelsey, which
Chiefs tight end.
he's
Taylor
with
Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is godmother to Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds'
God.
4 children.
Oh,
you have
Jesus.
just asked me
Stop
to
it.
talk about it
I
in
am
a
sorry,
roundabout way.
listeners.
Please don't.
I am sorry that Blake Lively is being brought up.
I'm sorry too, but let's just see what the update is. The update is that they asked Brian Friedman, who is the lawyer for Justin Baldoni. They apparently they went to him and said, all right, we'll settle. And they're like, nope,
Wait, Baldoni will settle?
no, Blake Lively will settle. Like, if can we?
Why do you
just-
think they would settle?
Because they have nothing to go off of. They have.
I don't even know
nothing.
who's suing who at this point.
Well,
Or is it all just a big PR thing? Are people getting sued right now?
yeah. Oh my God, everybody's getting sued right now.
Who's suing who?
Well, Blake Lively tried to sue Justin Baldoni, and then Justin Baldoni turned around when all the receipts came out that she was the problem, and he was like, I would have just walked away,
But you tried to drag me
but
through
you
there.
tried to ruin my life by saying I was sexually harassed by you.
Yeah.
Now, as the father, God, I'm tired. As the mother of a boy, it's very scary to me that somebody could say that a guy took advantage. You know
Sure.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
If we can get out of the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni conversation, I'd be happy about it. But anyways,
let me just wrap it up.
Let
me just wrap it up. So it came out today that they were asking for, maybe we'll settle with you. And Justin Baldoni's like, hell no. He wants $400 million. Now you may say Blake Lively doesn't have that.
Ryan Reynolds does.
Ryan Reynolds has it. He has a soccer. Is it soccer?
So it's not the soccer team. Yes. But so Mint Mobile, Ryan Reynolds, in terms of investing and being an owner and things, done very well.
So he did Mint Mobile, and then he did the Aviation Gin,
Mm-hmm.
and then he did, what else has he done?
I don't know. Should we ask Siri?
Yes.
What has Ryan Reynolds invested in? Mint Mobile, Aviation Gin. Oh.
1Password, Wealthsimple, Wrexham AFC, and Maximum Effort.
What's Maximum Effort?
Maximum Effort is an ad agency. So Max is the how he does so many Mint Mobile commercials where they get things up so quickly and whatnot. So the whole concept was he wants an ad agency, Maximum Effort, that has the ability to turn topical things into an ad within a day.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting. Good for you, Ryan Reynolds. But it's looking like they may be losing quite a bit of money, because even if they do settle, if he's asking for $400 million, they're going to have to give him at least 100 mil to get him off their ass. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
Blake Lively looks bad. I don't know if Ryan Reynolds looks bad. He just generally, I think, is not a good person, but Blake Lively looks bad.
I've always gotten the vibe about that, about Ryan Reynolds. And anytime people are like, oh, he seems so funny, I'm like, I don't know. He seems a little dark to me. Yeah. There's a darkness around him.
Sure.
Hey guys, breaking in here just really quick. Give me one quick second to talk about show sponsor Christiana Salon Spa. We are coming up, guys, at the end of the school year. I know that we're almost to spring break and we still got some time left. You know how fast that's going to go? It goes so fast, and then summer is here, and then you know what's going to happen? Then you got the kids home all day long, and that could be really stressful. Maybe so stressful you break out in pimples everywhere. I mean, not only are you exhausted and tired of doing crafts and playing with Play-Doh, but now you got pimples everywhere. I mean, why not take a break and go see my friends at Christiana Salon Spa? Get a nice facial, maybe a hot stone massage. Hand the kids over to your husband and say, I'm out of here. Or vice versa. They also, I don't want to say they service men because that sounds weird, but they also have treatments for men as well. So why not go on to ChristianaSalonSpa.com? Christiana Salon Spa, a proud sponsor of the Sadie and Friends podcast.
I'm better than you kind of vibe.
Yeah, total vibe.
Yeah.
All right. What was the third thing you had? Because you have got
of topical.
Yes, go.
Well, you keep kicking me off things. I could talk about Ted Lasso for 5 episodes.
I know, but I'm trying to keep it within our time limit. So get your next one out.
Speaking of topical, tonight, the New York Knickerbockers, the Knicks, the NBA team, I think they're playing the Heat. You know how people in the Knicks will sit front row, celebrity row and whatnot? And
yeah.
It's in there. Well, old friend Tracy Morgan was sitting there tonight and vomited all over the court.
No.
Yes. And then it was some sort of medical issue as well because his nose was bleeding and he had to get a wheelchair off of the court. But the photos and the video, it's projectile vomit.
Isn't it crazy that at one time you would just have to hear about something there was a guy at the basketball game and he barfed everywhere and you'd have to try to visualize it.
Sure.
To where now there's probably so many videos of this happening to him, which, can I just say, one of my many nightmares would be to vomit in front of a large group of people. Oh yeah, look at that picture. If you're watching on any social or the YouTube channel, I'll put the picture. It's not fun. Oof.
Isn't that a lot?
That's a lot. What did he eat?
But his nose was bleeding as well. So look, you can see him getting wheeled off right here. Right.
Yeah.
And you can see this rag in front of his face is getting wheeled off and it's full of blood.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, that's horrifying.
I think he's been battling health issues for ever since he got in that car wreck.
Yeah. So Tracy Morgan, the Saturday Night Live / actor, I guess.
Actor who I always Tracy Morgan and Tracy Jordan are like interchangeable for me.
Who's Tracy Jordan?
He played Tracy Jordan, but basically
gotcha.
himself on 30 Rock. And I call him Tracy Jordan just as much as I call him Tracy Morgan because it's pretty much the same damn person. But anyways, he was in a car wreck like 10 years ago.
He was in a car wreck. I believe it was a Walmart semi truck ran into his little bus that he was riding in. I mean, like SUV type of bus. And it killed one of his friends. He miraculously survived, but he was really bad for a long time too. It was pretty touch and go with him as well.
Yeah, but isn't that crazy? This happened literally tonight at the game, and it's just all over the place.
Speaking of,
but yeah, he's just sitting there and he's just doing it, and people are kind of just patting him on the back, and he's just throwing up on the court.
Ew! Again, I'll post this video.
Doesn't look like anybody's really too crazy to help him when it's actually happening.
Oh, that's so gross. Again, if you can stomach it, just go watch the YouTube channel and I'll put the video up. But I read this story and it made me laugh. Every morning, Ryan turns on ESPN while he's in the kitchen or, getting ready for the day. Did you hear that West Virginia's Rich Rodriguez, who I'm assuming is the coach?
Wait, Rich Rod's the coach still? I thought he got fired there.
West Virginia's Rich Rodriguez, this came out just this week, bans players from dancing on TikTok. Have you seen that?
Yeah, look at that.
And the reason why he says that he's banning it is because they were starting to do them actually in the locker room, number one. And number two, he says it makes them look soft, like little wussy pussy boys.
I agree with that.
Really?
I agree with that.
Well, what can somebody come back and say? This is freedom of expression. Dancing,
awesome. It's freedom to lose your scholarship if he wants to. Tell him to.
Yeah, so he's officially banned his players from TikTok dancing. He's the Mountaineers head coach.
Yeah, for West Virginia, Big 12 school. But yeah, I don't know. That's a leap there.
Here's what the coach had to say. I'm going to play a little bit of Rich Rodriguez now.
Really, they're going to be on it, so I'm not banning them from. I just banning them from dancing on it. It's like, don't look. We try to have a hard edge, whatever, and you're in there, in your tights, dancing on TikTok. Ain't quite the image of our program that I want. But I told the team today, I said everything today is about trying to make everybody individual. It's all about the individual. It's all about the individual.
I totally agree with him.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah, I don't like it. But that's personal preference. I don't like it. Do you know that, as we bounce around a little bit, the New York Yankees have had a rule for like the last 47 years where you cannot have facial hair?
I did know that.
And they just this year said that you can have facial hair now.
Oh, wow. That's
clean, trimmed facial hair. But that's a rule. If you wanted to be a New York Yankee, no mustache, no goatee.
Now, apparently there's a reason why this coach is so annoyed. Last year, Heisman Trophy winner, who was?
Last year was Travis Hunter from Colorado.
Yes, Travis Hunter. Apparently he was a regular TikTok dancer in the locker room.
Oh, okay.
And it was becoming kind of a thing.
Sure.
And then one of the runner-ups for the Heisman Trophy, Ashton Gentry. Oh my God, I can't read. No, there's no R. It's Jeanty. He's also really into the dancing in a locker room. I don't know anything about sports. Is this surprising to you with these two guys?
No, they're doing it, but I agree. It's like a side eye from a lot of people. And this could be a changing of the times, but no. You know what? Our 7-year-old, so cousins are visiting, right? And she has older cousins, and they were kind of putting a phone out, doing some TikTok dancing for spring break. And my first instinct was like, no, don't be dancing in front of a camera and then post it online. I don't like it.
Yeah, it just is a bad look.
Yeah, we've bounced around
a lot today, didn't we?
It is, but in your defense, it's late.
It is. It's now 10:10.
Knocking out a bunch of stuff this week. We have 10 people staying here.
I know it's exhausting, but I'm having fun.
Are you really?
I am. I do. I love it when they're here.
Okay.
All right. That's it for today. We will be back tomorrow on a brand new episode of Sadie and Friends. Thanks for listening. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Sadie and Friends. I feel so lucky that I get to do this, and I get to do it because of sponsors, and those sponsors pay me, and then I get to do this for a job. How amazing is that? But I want you to know that I'm very picky about who I talk about. I love small business owners, like let's say Garage Door Service and Sales. Tony and Patrice, they've been running that joint for decades. Family owned and operated, locally owned and operated, handed down from generations. I probably did endorsements for them on the radio for well over a decade, almost the entire time I had a radio career. And now I'm podcasting, and they are so great to work with still. So pick up the phone and give them a call today. Maybe you got a broken spring. Maybe you want better technology. You want a more secure home. You're going to find all the perks at GarageDoorServiceandSales.com. So pick up the phone, go online, see what they have to offer. You won't be disappointed. And they're just wonderful people. It's Garage Door Service and Sales, a proud sponsor of the Sadie and Friends podcast.